Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Pitstop Fracas. I'm your host, Richard, and today we're here to do the most anticipated thing of the season, really, and that is the 2022 F1 season predictions. Here today, joining me is none other than Mahad. How are we, brother?
I'm all good, man. Season's coming up. Trying to get these predictions in. I had no data to do with. I had Barcelona testing, but that's not good enough for me. But we'll see where it goes with there. But how are you, brother? You good?
I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. I'm high. Do you know what? I was going to say record yesterday, yeah, but I was too gassed off that win yesterday, fam. I was too gassed. Chelsea fans in the mud. Hold that, Kwame. Hold that.
Yeah, hold
And
that.
you as well, Ant. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that, fam.
And
Anyways, yeah, and Kunle, yeah. Anyways, Nam, how are we today, brother?
I am fantastic after yesterday's glorious win against Sanction FC. It was lovely, man. It was lovely to see, and I was at work as well, and I was just celebrating and enjoying. So I'm happy, man. I'm ready for the new season. I'm ready to get my agenda off, and for it to come to fruition. And then everyone's just gonna say, "So I told you so." Me, I am ready. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, that's good to hear, bro. That's good to hear. Tarik came through on the walkthrough like you're walking through on the club, fam. How we doing, brother?
Yeah, man. No announcements, no nothing, bruv. I get walked into the club, nothing, but no, easily, bruv. It's calm still. Anyway, look, yeah, I just had to come through unannounced a little bit. Ready to cook a couple people on these prediction things, because people are there to be cooked. So, man's here.
I respect it still. And last but not least, Kwame, after yesterday's loss, obviously you couldn't cry in the club. Talk to me, brother. How you feeling right now?
My enemy's after me, innit? That's what I'm trying to say. My enemy's after me. Yesterday, I wasn't that upset with the game. I can't lie. Like, it was a good game, good 0-0, close game. Just unfortunately for us, our gamble and penalties didn't work out. But no, I just wanted to talk about some predictions now. They didn't want me here, man. They wanted me in HMP Chris. I had to fight through some struggles to get through here, man. So I want to, win again next year with my predictions, innit? That's what I'm here for.
You work for the FIA, that's why, bruv. That's why you won the predictions last time. Who predicts the amount of safety cars? Exactly.
I lie. But that's
Crazy
as well. I think I'm out to podiums as well. Fun.
Yeah. Hey, I got lucky in there, that's all I'm going to say.
See how lucky you get this time anyway, fam. Anyways, let's move on to the top 5 drivers, bottom 5 drivers, and also the constructors order. So, top 5 drivers, bottom 5 drivers even. Right, so here we've got the whole cast prediction. Yes, there's all 13 of us. And, a couple questionable decisions still. Majority went for Hamilton first, of course. I mean, no points, no prize for guessing who went for Leclerc first. Someone went for the Verstappen to retain the title as well. Very interesting. And no surprises yet again for guessing who said Russell will be first in the championship anyway. So let's get into Mahad's prediction that Verstappen will retain his title, to say the least. Mahad, could you give me a comprehensive breakdown of the reasons for your top 5 and why you think Verstappen will retain the title?
Okay, so I didn't have no data, so I had to just look at history. And so I was looking at history. And I was
Bro, you have plenty of data, don't cap. You was the last to put your form in.
I'm saying I didn't have any data. I need to preface. I don't have.
Is that terms of data like?
That's these guys. What is this testing? I don't know what it is. I don't know what that testing was.
We all had the same data.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, so I'm just analyzing past data sets from just like history of F1 bus winners. And one thing that comes up quite a lot is back-to-back winners. And I was just like, okay, back-to-back winners happens quite a lot. If we're talking about Senna, we're talking about Fangio, we're talking about Prost, Hakkinen, Michael Schumacher. There's so much people that go back-to-back. And then they wait, then they have a little gap, and then they win another title later on down the line. So that was my rationale between that. Talking form-wise, he's doing well. He's progressing. He's better than what he was last year in 2020. I don't think anybody can argue with me saying he wasn't better in 2021 than he was in 2020. I don't think that anybody can argue with that. I think he's made an improvement. In terms of what Red Bull are going to be like, what car they can produce, it's all car dependent. So it's very much me saying, I think Newey's probably smashed the regulation in terms of, okay, he's got the error right, because this isn't really a engine dependent change of regulation. This is not a change of engine regulations. This is just a change of, chassis and aero. So if that's all he had to do, even though it's a limited amount of time, I believe you could provide him the car that might tip Verstappen over the edge. I wouldn't say Perez is going to do anything, because we've already seen what Perez does in a Red Bull. So I think providing he gets the machinery, and the machinery is ahead of his competitors, I think Verstappen could go back to back.
That's fair enough. I mean, as I was saying before, there's been one-time champions like Jenson Button.
There's been a few. I don't know.
There's been a few, but
yeah.
But he's better than all them one-time champions. He's better than all them.
Yeah, exactly.
He's better than all them. He's better than all them, one man. He's better than Damon Hill.
Is he better than Raikkonen?
So what you're saying is Max Verstappen is currently the greatest one-hit wonder of all time?
He's up there still. He's up there.
Okay.
Oh, that might be a debate still. Rosberg versus Verstappen. You get me? That's one hit wonder.
So I don't know where I could kind of put Raikkonen if half of his career he just couldn't be asked.
No, but 03 to 05, innit?
But the argument said that it's common.
I think it's common. I think it's common amongst the people that are within the top 25 drivers.
So wait, hold on. When was the last person who won a back-to-back and not any other championships? Like just two. So
the last decade, we've only had Vettel, Schumacher, Vettel, Hamilton, and Rosberg, right?
Yeah.
We make and
then the last back-to-back was Alonso, right?
Oh no, Alonso, yeah.
Yeah, 5 or 6, yeah.
Because then you had Hamilton, you had Raikkonen win one, Hamilton win one, Button win one.
Yeah. But okay, so here's my thing, yeah.
And then before that, you had Hakkinen back-to-back.
Here's my thing, yeah.
And before that, you had Schumacher back-to-back at Benetton.
Was Senna back-to-back as well, wasn't he?
Senna was back-to-back. Prost was back-to-back.
Okay, so let's look at these drivers and then compare them to Verstappen. I don't know, man. Alonso is a generational talent for his time. So was Senna. So was Prost. I don't put Verstappen in that bracket.
Well, Max is a generational talent.
I can't lie to you, Max. I can't lie to you, Max is.
He's a generational talent, man. I'm not
even. Max is generational.
I'll talk about later, but he's a generational talent, man.
I gotta hold my hands up, bro. Like we know we hate him, bro. Like it's like consensus among all of us that we don't really like him. But he's a generational, bro. I can't lie.
What makes you a generational talent?
Because Hamilton is better than everybody else in this generation.
In his generation. No, Hamilton's not a generation. His age mates.
Okay, no.
Hamilton's not his generation. We know that already.
So who's in his bracket right now? Who's in his
Leclerc and also
Leclerc ain't in this bracket. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. In terms of
don't do that.
Well, age wise.
Oh, age wise. Okay, come. All right, cool.
In terms of his class year, where like the graduating class year, who's the 5 in that group?
Ocon and all them people. Are you talking about his graduating class when he's entered Formula 1? Or are you talking about his age?
When he entered, so I'm kind of ish when he entered. Like who are we comparing? For you to be a generational talent, yeah.
Me personally, I'm comparing him to
Russell, basically.
What I'm saying is,
I'm comparing him to Lando. That's who I'm comparing him to.
Sorry, say that again?
What I'm saying is, if Hamilton didn't exist, who would be the best driver in Formula 1? It would be Verstappen.
Would it though?
Yes, it would. It's quite clear.
Man will try to say Alonso or something.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying on proof on. So if you look at history wise, yeah, and I know Mahad, you don't like me referencing this a lot, yeah, but if I look at when they were all, so I put him in the same bracket as Russell Leclerc, Norris, Gasly. Like when they were all in GP2, he was getting bodied in the same car. So if I take Hamilton out, yeah, and I would have to assume a George Russell goes in to that place. Is George Russell gonna finish higher than Verstappen? Probably.
How you have no evidence base for that? Your evidence base is junior series.
Yeah, but I'm talking about no. But I'm talking about you saying generational talent. So if I'm looking at generational talent, I have to look at them from what they've done previously won and what they've done in a series where they all had the same car. And if they all had the same car and he didn't win anything, and Russell did, that doesn't make him a generation. It's like me.
Okay, no. But he didn't participate in those series. He didn't participate in GP2. He was in Formula 1.
Yeah, because he got shoehorned into
That's like that. Do you know what that's like saying? That's like saying, you know what? He didn't kick ball in League 2 or League 1. You know, he didn't bag any goals there. He went straight to Prem. Yeah, he improved it. Go back down there.
No.
And then when he gets to Prem, and then when he gets to Prem, he bags like 15 goals in his first full season. Like,
yeah, when he's
to be honest, bro, like
when he's playing with Messi right beside him, yeah, you're gonna score goals. meanwhile, Russell, if he was in the championship, he was top scorer. Bro, he stayed and he was at Brentford for the next season. Well, meanwhile, Verstappen got his move to fucking flipping was it Man City?
I'd rather have the evidence in front of me that rather than hypothetical.
Okay.
I can't lie to you. But then Mahad, your whole thing about Verstappen retaining his championship is all hypothetical as well. I can't lie.
No, that's hypothetical. Yeah. I'm just saying he's the best of the rest. If Hamilton's the top, he's second. He's clear second, and then it's the rest of them.
Okay, so Richard,
Now, let me ask you something, yeah? So using your analogy, yeah, would you rather take peak Dele Alli or Mitrovic right now?
He's thinking about it, you know. It's mad.
Because that's basically your analogy before. You said
Mitrovic is a bagsman in the championship.
Yeah, he's a bagsman in the championship, but in the Premier he's a bit Dele Alli was slapping it in League 1, came straight to the Prem, slapped it for a bit, and then went meaty. So to use your analogy, what would you rather have?
To use that analogy, yeah. All right. If Mitrovic's bagged 32 goals right now, yeah. Let's say he has changed and now has the impetus to play in the Premier League at that level and bags me 15 goals to keep me up. I'm keeping Mitrovic. That's my point. My point here is the rest of them haven't had the tools to compete. I think this season will be the first season where at least Russell, maybe Norris, and Leclerc for sure with the Ferrari are going to have cars that are more competitive and face Verstappen better. And if you look at my prediction, I've put Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Leclerc, and Verstappen. And I think, to be fair, that's how it's going to end up. Because looking at, yes, it's early in testing, but looking at what's happened last season and looking at previous rule changes, and albeit it's not an engine, it's more aerodynamics, and it's about the car instead, chassis changes. In previous times, cars that have been surprising, cars that kept quiet the season before generally do well when the rule changes come through. That's what happened with Ferrari when they changed. They weren't blitzing, and then when Michael Schumacher came in and they had the rule changes, they started to dominate. That's what happened with Mercedes. That happens with Red Bull. Red Bull was lacking behind, and then they built their car with the I think it was the engine changes. Yeah, the engine changes, and it happened with Mercedes. So I don't see Red Bull continuing that trait because they got Adrian Newey or they've got they won the championship last season. I see them struggling big time. But
okay, my counterpoint to that is engine wise, look, we've got 24 races now. We've got more races than ever. That Honda engine was reliable. They're making small tweaks to that. I don't think that engine's got problems at all.
But I don't think the others
in
have.
comparison to, what would you rather have, a Ferrari engine that you don't really know, or the Honda engine you know about already?
But then, if we look at the testing and the amount of laps that the Ferrari and the Mercedes engines did, they look reliable. They almost.
It's all an unknown. What I envisioned was when I made these predictions was, okay, Ferrari are going to be good. They have to. If they're not good, it's a big problem. If they're not even winning races, everybody's getting sacked in Maranello. Loads of people are getting sacked. So my hypothetical was it would be a title battle between Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen, and what would happen is Leclerc will get strategy, will fuck him over, because they've never addressed that. You can have the rocket engine, Their decision making is absolutely horrendous at Ferrari. Even their pit crew's horrendous. So that will fall down the side. I think for Mercedes, for Hamilton, the reliability of the engines and the amount of the engine changes is going to might happen. And I thought that's what the reason is, just not going to end races because that Mercedes, or he's going to have too many grid penalties. So the reliability to go through 24 races might push Verstappen over the line if he's got the machinery. That was my rationale on that as well. Okay. And that's all. That's not really to do with the drivers as well and their abilities. That's more to do with the circumstance they're in and how it could play out.
Okay. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think
none of us know what's gonna happen.
I think, and to counter your point, I think that Mercedes and the Mercedes engine, what was the reason for their fall off and unreliability? I think it might have been some form of overheating. I remember reading it somewhere. I think with the new changes and the aerodynamics that I've seen on this, definitely the Mercedes cars, I think they've alleviated that issue. The fact that the Williams is performing well, to me, bodes that the Mercedes engines are probably looking better than what we are giving them much for. I think it's going to be Mercedes 1, 2, 3 in terms of cars. And then, actually, no. The Ferrari might be there, but let's not jump too ahead, man. Let's continue to look at this wild predictions.
It's fair enough. Kwame, I'm going to come to you next. You seem to be the only person who hasn't added Verstappen to your top 5. Can you explain why he's not in your top 5?
Looking at everyone else now, I'm like, damn. But I'll think my rationale behind it. So I'm thinking this season is going to be a battle between Mercedes and Ferrari. Ferrari, as we know, they've been saying, oh yeah, we've been doing upgrades to this car. We've been doing upgrades since 2019 for this year. Mercedes as well, we've been saying they've been doing upgrades as well. There's also quite a lot of fine talk from the Mercedes crew and from Lewis. And there's a lot of hype for Ferrari. So my rationale, as you can see by my top 4, that is going to be battle between Mercedes and Ferrari. Based top 4 on who I feel like, okay, be mainly between Hamilton and Leclerc, in my opinion, this year. I thought Hamilton will pip it just because of the his experience in the past compared to Leclerc. And then I think Russell will outdo Sainz. But I think that top 4 will be close. And then from there, I thought to myself it would be between McLaren and Red Bull for the second tier of the constructors. The reason I went for Norris ahead of Verstappen, not even because I don't rate Verstappen. You guys know. Like, I actually rate Verstappen. I think Verstappen is the best out of generational talent. I think he's the best out of his crew. I don't think there's much difference between him and Leclerc. Like, everyone tries to put out to me there's some big rivalry. I really don't think there's much difference between them two as drivers, really. Just Leclerc kind of had to be more aggressive because of, how Max has been driving and had been getting away with it. So Leclerc been doing the plug and crash thing. But long story short, the reason why I put Norris ahead of Max was just more of a reliability aspect of it. It's not the fact I don't rate Max. I'm not think I've got a agenda against him, but I just thought that Norris would be more consistent, as you've seen over the years compared to Max, who last year he had the fastest car, so he's doing his thing. But previously he's been very kind of inconsistent, I guess. I don't say inconsistent, but you know how Max is very flash out of the pan kind of thing. So ain't nothing against Max, to be honest with you, because I thought, if I remember, I put Red Bull ahead of McLaren and constructors, which sums up, I think Red Bull will be better than McLaren overall as a team, but I feel like Lando will be more consistent compared to Max. That's all. Nothing against Max, but
generational talent by flash in the pan.
Brother, yeah.
Sounds like your head's still hot off yesterday. Then again, you made these predictions before yesterday, so
yeah. I did mine before the thing. I did mine before. Not everyone did that before testing, but I did mine before testing. So if I did after testing, seeing how well Red Bull were doing testing, see how many things they've done to the car, how they wasn't the fastest, but they were quite reliable. I probably put Max a bit higher, to be honest with you, but I still would cap him at 5th, to be honest with you, because I still feel like it's going to be Mercedes versus Ferrari. But yeah, 5th, 6th, 1 place difference, just he's in the top 5. But I rate Max. It's just that, yeah, I feel like to be more consistent. That's all.
Yeah, you're kind of like Kwame. You're a war criminal still. You're with Anik and them still, because even now with the biggest Max agenda ever, still hasn't 5th.
I know.
Yeah, you're a bigger war criminal than Tony Blair, fam. I can't lie to you. You need to be slapping it off in the nest. You need to be slapping it off in the nest.
No, you know who's the bigger war criminal?
No,
Richard. You know who's the bigger war criminal? The man that's got Russell winning the championship over Hamilton in the same way.
That's terrible. I can't lie.
But for him though, it's agenda. His is purely agenda. He wasn't even me. My pick was not even agenda. My pick is just for
Chris.
What's
the agenda?
That's why.
What's the agenda for Chris? I'm confused here. This is Putin confusion.
Oh, sorry.
Why
would Chris put Russell as the winner?
Yeah.
We know why.
Do you know what he's basically? Do you know what he's saying? He's saying Russell steps into the Mercedes seat, goes into Hamilton's ground and packs him. First year round. What?
I like Russell. That's not going to happen. Especially what we saw last season. That is never going to happen.
No, man.
I don't think there's a chance that Hamilton even allows him to get more points than him.
Hamilton is definitely beating him.
Get more points than him.
Yeah. Now, whether Hamilton wins the championship this year, he's definitely beating Russell. There's no doubt in my mind. Bro, we need Coconut Chris in here to answer his crimes, man. What's even going on right now?
What, Coconut Chris?
Coconut Chris, bro.
Bro, Coconut Chris is a crazy slander name, you know.
Nah, I'm coining it right now, bro.
Man's riding out for
I don't know why man's not here answering for his crimes, bro. This is crazy.
It's a HMP, bro, with SJ and them. What do you think? It's all mad fun, Sonny. Do you know what? Yeah, quickly, Tarik. Why have you got your boy in 5th, Gasly?
Because I thought 4th was a bit too much. So next, 5th was going to be the next.
I'm so confused by all of you. Your boys, the way you don't back your boys, you guys do not. If I pray there's no conscription on this Ukraine thing, because you guys are fleeing. Because the way you guys don't back your boys, how can you be?
Tell them, hey,
how can you be in the chat? Yeah, talking about. No, I'm sorry, Tarik. How can you be in the chat talking about Gasly, your boy, and put him 5th? I'm confused.
Look, man. To be honest, I don't really think in terms of the constructors. I'm gonna be serious here. In terms of the constructors, I just don't think there's gonna be a big enough change between the so-called hierarchy of the constructors for it to be for the drivers' championship to be too shaken up. In my opinion, I feel like Mercedes are always going to be up there. I feel like Red Bull are going to be up there regardless of, or especially Max. I think Max is going to be up there because I think Max is just a crazy driver. I'm not even going to disrespect him, even though I want to, but I think just Max is a crazy driver and he's going to be up there somehow. I think, and so I was looking at Ferrari and some of the other drivers. I don't think Aston Martin have made a big enough jump for me. I don't think Alpine have made a big enough jump, even though they were somewhat reliable. They had some, what's the word? They were somewhat kind of had like a little bit of promise looking at their car and look how they ran. I just don't see it there. So honestly, I do really think this could like backfire immensely, but I still really do think it's just going to be Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, maybe McLaren, even though I don't really look into them that much neither. Sorry, Mahad, but you know, yeah. So I just think it's going to be mainly Mercedes. I think Russell's going to have a good season. I trust him to have a good season. And so, yeah, for me, it was just kind of like, I think of the Ferrari drivers that are there, I trust Sainz a whole lot more than I trust Leclerc. And I'm saying that with my chest. Like, I feel like people are going to have discussions about talent, whatever, or who's the star boy, who's this, who's that. I just think Sainz is the better driver. It's as simple as that. So I think he's going to be more consistent over the season. I think like he's going to get more points. And I think with Gasly, of course, you know, CEO of Gasly Hive, you know, me right here. But honestly, I feel like if he doesn't get shagged by his team, and that's a big if, but I'm counting on that if Gasly doesn't get shagged by his team and they give him a solid car, given the fact that these cars are supposed to be more competitive amongst each other, I really feel like Gasly can make that big step. I really feel like he can get some crazy points from the board because his qualifyings are already there. His qualifyings are already there. They're already amazing, like in my opinion. I feel like for the car that he was in for the Alpine, I feel like his qualifyings were amazing. I feel like the races weren't connecting as well as they could. So I feel like with these new with these new cars and stuff like that, and regulations, sorry, and the way the cars are supposed to be more competitive with each other, I feel like Gasly's just gonna make that jump. I feel like he's gonna be that driver. So that's me. I'm wearing it on my chest. Whatever happens, happens. If the Leclerc man don't want to get on me, if the Norris man don't want to get on me, go ahead. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough.
Just an observation that I had a look at quickly. Sorry, Richard. Do you know the two? So Alfa Romeo and Haas were the two teams with the. You know what? I'll say this point when we get to teams. Sorry.
Go on. Yeah, that's gone.
Can I say Gasly needs to worry about Yuki still?
Mad. Yeah, I'm not.
You need to worry about your hairline, brother. That's why you keep covering it. Yeah, you ain't. That ain't escaping me, brother. Move.
I love you, man.
Norris needs to worry about them. Norris needs to worry about them inters, bro.
All right, I haven't got Norris in my top 5, but so, boy, you know that. Yes.
Right.
You're not even backing your boy, bro. At least I back my boy.
Backing my number one star.
I'm a ride or die, bro.
I'm not backing my number one star boy. Verstappen is there. He's winning the championship, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on the front lines.
Yeah, I'm not speaking on bottom 5 drivers. If you want to know what you are, just look on Twitter because all I see is bare mid, fam.
Nah, Joe's sitting there at the bottom. I need that at the bottom. Drip or drag.
Wait, ain't that your boy, fam? Ain't that your boy?
It's my boy, but only for fashion reasons. He's gonna get packed. I saw his junior record. It looks terrible.
Yeah. Even his drip's a bit meaty still, but we'll get into that another time.
You saw his what? His junior record.
Have you seen his junior record? Like from his junior categories, he's get packed in by all his teammates.
Yeah, he's mid.
But the hell, whoa.
Scary.
Okay, we're looking at junior records for Zhao, but for Verstappen, nah, don't make sense.
No,
Richard, let's talk about constructions, man, before I get mad.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Brother Kunle, I don't know where he's at, but he is here. I don't know. But there he is.
Bonjour.
Brother Kunle, what's good, brother?
Yeah, sorry
to join us.
Yeah, I had a meeting that ran a bit longer than I expected. So, what's going on? How are we doing?
Good, yeah, we've just been delegating over
people committing war crimes. People committing war crimes again. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Couple people needs to be in Crimea still, slapping it off. You know the things.
I'm guessing it's the same. It's the same man that has the Martin top 3 last year. Right?
Nah, it wasn't me. So don't try it. Nah, don't try it. It wasn't me. Don't try it, bro.
I'm just asking. It's just a question.
Nah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Nah, it's not them this time. It's a couple of the man still. But we'll show you later. It's been a constructor still. So as we can see with the constructors, we've got the usual names at the top: Mercedes. A couple of people went for Red Bull, Ferrari as well. Not a bit too mad, but however, a certain cast member tried to message me today to say, "Yo, Richard, let me change this last minute, even though the deadline's gone." I said, "Nah, man, hold that." And you know what they wanted to do? They wanted to swap Mercedes for McLaren. To save you all looking through who that was, it's not other than Maybach Mahad. He wants to put Mercedes 4th in the constructors and McLaren 3rd. So Mahad, speak on that, bro. Why are you committing war crimes at time is it? 9:57 p.m. on a Monday night? What's going on, bro?
I had to just run a quick agenda, man. I had to that was just I needed to even though you didn't let me do it. You know what I'm saying?
You missed the deadline, bro. So you, bro, you had a week to do.
Okay,
this.
look. I woke up in the morning.
Last minute.
I gave you it a couple of days ago. My answers, and then this morning I woke up and I was like, why am I doubting McLaren? Let me just bump him up a little bit. You know what I mean? Let me just sprinkle some Toto Wolff slander, put him down a little bit. Then I could say Lewis Hamilton carry job because he finished 2nd in the championship or 3rd in the championship with his team finishing, and Russell just bottoms out. So it was a bit. There was rationale behind it. It was like Russell slander / Toto slander / Hamilton prop / McLaren prop. That was my thinking there. But look, I'm a McLaren fan. I put him 4th and I put Ferrari 1st. So there's you know what I mean? And that's just because I heard Ross Brawn talking a bit spicy. He's a bit too happy, They asked him, so what teams impressed you the most with their design? And Ross Brawn was like, yeah, Ferrari. I was like, this is the guy that wrote the fucking regulations. This is a bit worrying that he was a bit that excited about it. It's a bit worrying that Ross Brawn said that. He's the one that drafted that. Him and Pat Simmons. And straight away he said Ferrari, yeah, they look like they've gone for a unique design. That's worrying. So for me, that's why I put Ferrari top of constructors as well.
You're just doing that to save face, yeah?
No, I'm not saying that to save face. Why would I save face? I hate Ferrari.
Look, now I see you're running this Red Bull propaganda right into the ground. So tell me, why have you got Red Bull as low as 5th in your constructors list?
Before I tackle Red Bull, I want to put a caveat there. I think Aston Martin are going to do well this season, but I think they'll be in between 3rd and 4th. So it might be a toss-up between McLaren and Aston Martin. I think they actually are going to do really well this season. And that's just not me running agenda. But yeah, my real agenda for Red Bull finishing, where did I put them? 5th, innit? Like I said before, I don't think they've got the package. I don't think they got I just looked at the testing times and the fastest times and who was running what tire, yeah? For the amount of mileage they put in, for them to not have a quick lap, which is competitive on the C5 tire, is worrying. And it has to be worrying because that's your fastest tire, and you're not banging. You didn't bang a quicker time than on your C4s. Like
it's testing.
It's testing. This is what I said before in the chat. Yeah. Okay, cool. There might be sandbagging, but everyone could be sandbagging, right? So let's assume everyone's sandbagging. Yeah, Mercedes. Yeah, they run the C5. But they've had party modes, they've had steering wheels that move, that like they've had some wild things in it. So I can only assume they must be sandbagging. People are talking about Ferrari like they're gonna invade F1. So yeah, they might be sandbagging too. Like McLaren have consistently put a lot of fast times on there. So I have to assume as well. And Aston Martin, they've had some good sparks as well. So everyone could be sandbagging. So I don't know. For me, when I see a team like Red Bull try and do this mystical, or we're not going to release things, or we're not going to do this, or we're just going to sandbag X, Y, and Z, or we're not going to show our car, and all that stuff. To me, it doesn't give me the and history to takes it as well. It doesn't give me the oh, they've got something up their sleeve. It's more of they haven't got anything, and they're trying to whip up something back at freaking Brackley or wherever they are, in the hope that when we get to Bahrain, they can go, oh, so this is what we had all along. But if it doesn't work out, this is the car they got. And yeah, Perez had a quick lap on day 3, but before that, they weren't pulling up trees. People weren't saying, like I said, like when you look at the commentary after, people weren't saying, oh, Red Bull might sweep this one. People were talking about Ferrari, and people were talking about McLaren. And when I look at that, I think, okay, so that means the Ferrari engine must be okay. Let's see how reliable it is. It might not be, because, as I was going to mention, the Haas and the Alfa Romeo didn't run that much. So for me, actually, has Alfa got a Ferrari engine?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they do. So Haas and Alfa, they didn't run that many things on it. So collectively, Ferrari, they don't necessarily have that much mileage data to assess. And also, the Haas had an oil leak, so we don't. Is that an engine issue? Is that a chassis injury? We don't know. So the reliability of that Ferrari might be questionable, but they've done well. Everyone above Red Bull has done well during testing. The only one that I could probably question is Aston Martin. Like I said, might not finish 3rd, might finish 4th, might finish 5th, but I don't see Red Bull finishing any higher than 3rd in constructors.
Red Bull haven't finished outside of the top 4 in 14 years,
and this year will be the first. because Hamilton, this is my agenda, boy. Hamilton's not going to allow Red Bull to win this championship, and the simple fact is, one, he has Russell now as his teammate instead of Bottas, and Russell is going to back his team. He's been a Mercedes driver from day dot, so he's going to back Mercedes. If it means that he finishes 2nd and he takes out of Verstappen's wheel, he might do it. He might have to do it. The way he got angry, after Abu Dhabi, he might be thinking vengeance. Let's just talk about vengeance right now. So he might take out a Verstappen once or twice if he needs to. Like with Ferrari, I think, like I said, package is good. Leclerc is there, he's decent. Sainz is there, so they'll be consistent. Then McLaren, they've been looking good, and they got Norris. So, yeah, that's the agenda. I'm running with it.
I can't lie, yeah, everything you said sounds A-okay to me. But in the end, I just don't know about Red Bull. Like, I still do think, because what you said about training, about the testing period is like somewhat correct and stuff. But I'm thinking back to the whole sandbagging thing, and I'm not entirely sure what benefit, especially in the context of this particular season with these new regulations. I'm not entirely sure how much benefit teams are getting out of sandbagging.
That's my point. That's my point. My point here is everyone could be sandbagging and nobody could be sandbagging, right? What difference does them? Everyone's acting like Red Bull are like perennial sandbaggers, that they just bring stuff out of the bag. Last season, they didn't do that. Last season in testing, they were quick, they were fast, and they were first, right? It was Mercedes that people were looking like, wow, might look a bit shaky for them. This season, what is the point of, like you said, Tarik, what is the actual point for sandbagging? Because everyone can be sandbagging. All you need to do is take your car, do what you need to do, run the tests, get the stuff, and show that it would be smarter for you to blow people out of the water in testing, knowing that you can potentially bring upgrades later, than to be sandbagging. Am I supposed to be surprised?
Didn't Ferrari used to do that though? Ferrari used to do that a lot. Ferrari used to bring like top the timing sheets in, testing whatever. They were just doing glory runs. Because when the season came, they were shit.
What were they rubbish or was it reliability? They weren't slow. They've never been slow. They've just been.
But reliability is a key factor. One thing I'll say Red Bull. That's the only thing I'll give them. They're competent. They're not. You never say, "Oh, Red Bull are incompetent." When it comes to designing a car, putting a car out there.
Yeah, but again, new regs. People have probably learned from the past. Whether Ferrari has done that, who knows? But I assume Mercedes and the Mercedes teams, the McLarens especially, would have learned from this. They would have seen Mercedes would have seen the pain, and McLaren would have seen some of the decisions that they made last season, and been like, "All right, cool. We need to step up." I don't see how Red Bull, with all the issues that they've had going up to the season in regards to Honda engine and them being, I think they've been slow on the design and regulations where they finish first. That's just me.
So, are you telling me that the most OG designer, OG, whatever you want to call it, in Adrian Newey would slack in terms of the design of the car? Or is it just going to be an engine issue?
No, I just think everyone has decent designers.
Because
Adrian Newey is a brand, yeah? He's a myth and a legend.
No, you're not.
In the last week, so Molly Mayer.
No, you're not Molly Mayer. You're not Molly Mayer.
Let me tell you why, Kunle, yeah? Why he is. Because I'm not saying he's rubbish. He's an elite and legend car designer. But let me tell you why he is a myth to the degree, yeah? Because in the last 9 years, who was one of the constructors?
That's engine dependent. He's not in control of that.
That's not
a Renault engine, bro.
No. But if he was
Renault.
No. But if he was such a legend, yeah, they would be closer. One season they were
winning races with a Renault engine. He was winning races with a Renault engine with his design package.
That used to
I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. Yeah, and we do have to look at the whole second driver situation as well that the Red Bull have been having as well. So
there were
literally
points
Red Bull
going down.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Red Bull literally had constructors tied up if Perez was not half a bozo.
But Bottas was a bozo too, and here we are.
No, that's two mids. Like, we're not comparing two mids right now. Like, there's two mids, and Perez was like,
that's the average. That's the average.
Perez was the mid of the mid. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, let's not do that. If Perez had half as good a season as it should have had, that they was gonna walk constructors.
Okay, but they didn't.
Because of the second driver.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to bring Adrian Newey down. Yeah, I'm just saying that you're talking about. Oh, you said that Adrian Newey's design.
No, I asked you the question. My question was that: are you basing this Red Bull?
No,
are you basing it on the engine or the design of the car itself? Like,
I'm basing it. What I'm basing it on is I think Mercedes would have fixed the reliability issue that they had last season. One,
okay,
and two, the top 4 F1 teams, and I would say is Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull. They don't have rubbish designers. Now that's what I'm saying. We're making it seem like Adrian Newey is like Ronaldo, Messi, and then there's nobody there, bro.
Adrian Newey is literally Messi.
No, but what I'm saying is there are designers at these teams.
Yeah, they're decent. Nothing against them. They're decent.
They're very good.
I'm saying they're very good. They're decent, but I'm sure if you go speak to all of these other designers right now and say, "Yo, Adrian's coming to join the team, and you're going to take a backseat," and Adrian's going to be the lead designer of the car, none of them would bat an eyelid and say, no, we're better than Adrian.
Yeah, because he's like you said, he's a myth. He's a legend. So
It's not okay.
He's a myth. He's a legend. He's Steve Cooks. Steve Jobs. I get it. I get it. But that does not mean he's Pep. But that doesn't mean there's not a Klopp. Do you understand? That's my point here. My point is, for me, the others can counteract what Adrian Newey can bring to the party in regards to Red Bull. Adrian Newey's design is still questionable because we've seen, and you said it's engine dependent. I've already said in this whole exchange that I don't think the Honda engine is as fantastic as people say it will be. And if it is, I think that the Mercedes teams would have learnt from the mistake and fixed that issue. So that's my point. That's my whole point. That's why they're fifth. When I'm right, I accept apologies. That's all.
That's fair enough. Huh?
It wasn't right last
talk to me
year,
about.
No, I said it wasn't right last year with Aston Martin, but yeah, we'll keep it moving.
Yeah, let's keep it moving still. Kunle, you have McLaren second. Can you talk to me why you're moving mad with that prediction, please?
It's just it's McLaren. It's McLaren, right? That's just it's what it is. I don't care if we finish last next year's our year, so it's McLaren all day every day.
No, don't put McLaren in that Aston bracket.
No, I can't lie to you. Yeah, I can't lie to you. Even Mahad didn't put McLaren up that high. Like, I'm just trying to see what you're doing.
But Mahad was trying to change it last minute. I believe, I don't expect McLaren to finish second. I'm not going to put Ferrari over McLaren ever. So burn them youths. The spaghetti can rust. I don't care. So yeah, that's just what it is. And I'm not going to put Red Bull ahead of Mercedes either. So, that's an order of, between Red Bull and Ferrari. To be fair, if Alpine wasn't doing L Flames, I probably would have put him ahead of Ferrari and Red Bull.
This is just pure vibes.
So
you just made a list on pure vibes, bro.
It's not pure vibes.
You know what? Man was riding. Listen, yeah, man was riding Newey like a kid on a car with no license. Man was riding him proper, and now you're not even putting Red Bull up that high. It's like he's not even. Does that even make sense, bro?
Red Bull are third, though. Red Bull are third.
Yo, what's happening there?
Brother, man was riding Newey like a stolen bike, bro.
Hey, Tarik, hold on.
You're criminal. Hold on. Try to get at me for putting Red Bull fifth, yeah. But you just said
Red Bull third.
Listen to what you just said.
Yeah.
You just said if El Plan, was not in Apple Flames, you would have put Alpine ahead of the Red Bull.
That's just agenda.
Now it's pure vibe.
That's just agenda. No, I said it. It's just agenda.
You see what he did there, guys? You see what he did there?
I didn't do nothing. No.
Try to throw me to the headlines.
No. You was being disrespectful.
You see that?
Go on, you Tony Blair, fam.
All right, let me finish it. Now, the difference is, I recognize that mine is agenda, and I'm not going. Last season I put Perez to finish ahead of Verstappen, based off on agenda. I'm anti-Verstappen. Everyone knows that. But now, I like Newey. I just hate the establishment that he works for. I hate his boss, and I hate his boss's boss. That's just it. But I recognize that, there might be a little something there. It's Newey. I'm not betting against Newey, but I got to put McLaren up there. I'm not, though. I'm putting them third. They can finish
them third, but you gave the caveat right there. You know what? Yeah, you're wild.
They can finish that
because when we finish the season, we're gonna come back to this thing. Yeah.
Oh,
so all the comments that you're making now, people aren't gonna remember. I remember the Bottas thing, innit? So
I remember. I remember Aston Martin.
Don't worry. This year, I remember that you tried to swing. You basically put Red Bull third, but really what you meant is put them fourth because you said El Plan, bro. So I remember this. Yeah. You even slightly said, "Where's your thing? Let me even find your thing again, bro. Where is it?
It's right here. It's like number. It's after Kwame before season.
You even said that Ferrari might do it. So nah, you're trying me, bro.
Look, I'm never. Look, I don't listen. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Yeah, Ferrari can do 300 km/h on the straight, and everyone's doing 150 km/h on the straight. I would never put Ferrari to win the championship because I do not like them, man. I'm not going to give them.
Would you put them above Red Bull?
Let me see. You know what? It's a bit like, there's an element of racism on both sides. Based on heritage, I put Ferrari above Red Bull because Red Bull have.
So you see what you guys? Did you see what you did there?
Based on heritage,
Kunle, you're a funny guy, bro.
Hey, Kunle, you're fun right now.
You're actually funny.
I mean,
funny guy.
They're trying to cook me. They're trying to cook me.
Bro, you're cooking yourself, bro.
They're trying to cook me. You man are trying to cook me.
You know when the opposition asks Boris Johnson questions and he gets rattled. This is what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Brother, man scoring on goals right now. You just keep talking, bro.
Nah, but I don't like. Guys, he got me for putting Red Bull 5th, but he just said now, the Ferrari and Alpine might go ahead. Nah,
but no, I put Red Bull ahead of Ferrari here though.
But you just said if it wasn't for El Flames and maybe if Ferrari, you might maybe put Ferrari.
I mean, I just hate Alonso as much as I hate Red Bull and Ferrari. So.
Let me admit something. Before I saw that car on fire, I was gonna put Alpine first.
Hey, brother, even I was moving that. Even I was moving that mad.
Yeah, that's a bit mad, man.
Before I saw Alonso's car on fire, I was gonna put Alpine first.
That's a bit mad still.
Hey, listen.
That's a bit. Brother, I don't know what you're on about, but that's a bit mad.
Alpine first.
This is some of you man.
Hey, now it's finished, bro. Man is dying.
Me and Kwame, we've got a little coalition here, man.
Best of the rest, man. Best of the rest.
I don't know what you man are doing with that. I don't know what you man are doing. Talking.
This has got to be the worst collab I've ever seen, bro. Mahad and Kunle. Fam.
Bro, Tarik, what's your problem, man? I'm not. Look, Tarik, listen, Listen, I get it.
Man said the man saw 10 units first week.
Brother, fam, that...
And the album back, bro, don't let.
Brother, the shit is going straight. Brother, the shit is going straight to DVD. It's not even touching the cinema, bro.
Copper, bro. The copper, man. Copper first week, not even gold. No, them.
Yo,
hey, man,
it's going straight. Brother, it's going straight. Copper, bro.
It's going straight network premiere on TCM, bro.
Now we're gonna get
Channel 4, fam.
We're getting a Netflix.
I'm on Channel 4, man. All that.
We might get Netflix.
No, look, if Alonso wins the championship, everyone has to pack up the pod now, man.
But my wild take would have been Alpine to go dub to get win the season. But you got
Alonso wins the championship. I will quit this pod.
Fam, if Alonso goes to the championship, I'm moving to Ukraine, fam. I'm slapping it.
No, I might never come on. I might not.
Film a labo. I'm slapping it.
No, Alonso cannot win a championship again.
If he's in a rocket ship.
A literal rocket ship because the thing is blowing up, bro.
Imagine P1 in quali every week. 5 laps into the race is out.
Yo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold that still.
Nah, it's a bit mad still.
Let's move on to the next slide anyway. And we let's ask a number of questions. Basically, number 4 safety cars, who get the most penalty points, most driver of the day awards, how many podiums, and how many base wins. Can't I could be de-shouted a bit more still, can't I too? Like, Coleman said, there'll only be 6 full safety cars.
No, Catch was on vibes. Catch was on absolute vibes.
Catch did that thing last minute, so you give her that. She just thought of a number and put it there. She just put a number there. 6. 6.
My number's crazy on the safety cars.
No, I can't lie to you, Mahad. I can't lie to you. You're probably going to be the closest out of all of us. I'm looking back at it now, and I'm thinking I would have added a bit more still. Because the way these cars are looking, brother.
Think about it. 40 full safety cars, not virtual, full. Hey, that means that's what almost 2 a race.
Do you know what? I think I was watching something. When I was doing the predictions, and they were talking about the drivers saying, "Oh, I can't really see when I'm driving it." And there's a lot of meaty drivers. There's a lot of media drivers on the grid. If they can't see because of the wheels.
Nah, if we have a rainy race, I feel like that number might jump still. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, global warming.
Because I feel like these cars are just a bit mad still. Like people can barely drive them.
Safety car in the rain don't count though.
What do you mean? Of course it counts.
Like I don't see like starting like maybe like rain, too much rain, and they're trying to like dry out the track and put a safety car out.
No, that counts, bro.
Man,
It counts.
What are you talking about?
Nah, it counts.
They cross on the track. It counts, bro. What are you talking about?
Nah, it counts still.
Nah, man, it's not. It's not,
counts
man.
still.
All right, say now.
How many was it last year?
I think it was 14.
18. Full.
18.
Hang on, no.
422 still.
No, it's
I'll
20.
take
Kwame, you know, you won.
Kwame knows that.
Kwame
Kwame
knows
knows
that.
this stuff.
Kwame, you don't
Kwame
know.
got it bang on.
I know it was 14 full safety cars and 8 virtual.
Yeah, 22 was going.
Yeah, Kwame
14
does
safety
know.
cars?
Yeah.
That's the last season was action packed and a lot of people crashed. So 14.
Beer crashing.
I think
Beer crashing.
I think loads of people are crashing this year.
So you're basically saying we're gonna get a Spa-esque crash like every other.
There is some
Spa
terrible
was-
drivers on this grid.
Spa was wild, man. Spa was
I
wild.
know everybody talks about the talent on the grid. There's some terrible drivers on this grid.
About this
Bottas
Bottas
is
main
a back marker. Bottas is a back marker.
Yeah, one of them's on
Joe.
your team, bro.
Latifi,
Mazepin.
Mazepin. Come on, man. Stroll when he wants to get into terrorism mode.
The pull up and crash brothers are gonna be in front too.
As well.
Yeah.
You know.
Just to pull up and crash.
Oh yeah. Certain brothers in front.
Just the Instagram.
You cook it. You cook it. You cook it. You cook it.
You know who it is. Come
You know
on, you know
it
what it is.
is. Your boy.
You're not that old. Come on, you know what it is. You're hip still. Come on.
Nah, I'm too old
You
for
know.
that.
I just said about.
Now, to be honest though, it took me. You got to mention. It took me literally until the end of the last season for me to understand what problem Crash Brothers meant.
I don't even know what gritty is. So yeah,
Oh, that dance. Yeah, I
I
don't
have
know. Still.
no idea what that is.
No, these dusty man. Let's move on still for but banner slaps on our heads up. Tarik, you seem to go over the same predictions as me in terms of the penalty points and driver awards. You said Verstappen's going to crash it, and he's going to get most driver of the day awards. Tell me what's your reasoning behind that?
I mean, first of all, real recognize real. You get me?
Come on.
Basically because, so for the driver of the day, it's easy because, the fans are voting for it. A lot of fans, let's say about F1 fans are better. I just feel like they're just going to vote for Verstappen. You know how they're like. And I feel like given the new, let's say, stewarding regulations that we're going to get with F1 these days for the coming season, I just think that they're just going to be cracking down on a whole lot more of that stuff, and I feel like Verstappen is going to get the brunt of that, in my opinion, especially with the way that he was driving last season, and given the fact that he's going to come into this season, he's going to have a lot to prove with, not necessarily as like he's a winner, let's say, kind of, but not really, but more as in the fact that he wants to prove that he can drive a new car, let's say, and win a championship and prove that he's like a true champion instead of what happened last season. So I feel like he might genuinely start driving harder than he was last season, and we know how fucked up he was driving last season. So I feel like if he's going to be going to this season harder, he's going to get the more of the brunt of, let's say, the stewarding decisions, all of that. I really feel that they're going to cut down on it, and I feel like Verstappen's just going to feel the force of that, as opposed to anyone else. I mean, I can see the shouts in regards to like Mazepin, because he's just a bozo. Alonso's a bit of a wild shout. I can't lie to you, Mr. Mahad. You might need to answer for that one still.
No, he does because I thought this guy was Timo Plag. I thought this guy was FA 14, and this guy put him in the points. But sorry to interrupt.
You're talking to Mahad. Why are you why are you saying
No
Alonso's going to
penalties.
crash it bare?
Because
Talk to me.
he has personal
No
beef with it.
penalties.
He has personal beef with the FIA, man.
So he's going to make an example.
But
So
no,
he's a
but
witness
that was
as well.
one
Do you see what you-
that
do you
was
see
the
what
He's a
he
reason
does?
criminal.
He causes incidences and problems on purpose, and then tells his team to radio the FIA and say, "Am I allowed to do that? Am I not allowed to do that?" The guy he's bored.
So he's a
He's got
reckless
a vendetta
driver.
against the FIA.
So
So
he's a reckless driver.
they're gonna make an example of him. So they're just gonna give him penalty points.
Mm.
At the top.
So you're saying Alonso is going to win the championship, could crash it bare? Like
I never said he's
Nando's
gonna win the
on
championship.
roundabouts?
I never said he's gonna win the championship.
You WhatsApp me and wants to change it though. So
No, I did. That's cap. You're lying.
I don't cap though.
You're lying on the
I don't cap.
airwaves.
No cap. Look, no cap. No cap.
You're
So
lying on
I
the
don't need
airwaves.
to
So
move on.
that was my reason. I needed to give him something. You know what I mean? I had to give.
Oh, he's living with something, yeah.
He's leaving with something. Penalty points.
Mm.
Today he said that I ain't retiring anytime soon. Moving like Ric Flair. He's out here.
That Dusty needs to be in that war, fam. He needs to be just in the middle, get clapped off with bullets.
But yeah, I'm the only person that said Ricardo's driver of the day most awards.
Yeah,
People love a
that's just
redemption arc,
tax,
man.
though.
People love
That's
a redemption
just
arc,
tax.
man.
Too bad they're not gonna get one because Ricardo stinks, bro. He needs to be in NASCAR, bro. I don't know what you're looking at,
You know
man.
what? Yeah. All right, Tarik, tell me one season apart from last season where he stinks.
I mean, last season is enough for me, bro. I don't need no
So
other season,
his
bro.
whole career, yeah.
He's
I'll be honest with you. The Alpine season, no.
I mean, he's
I'm lying.
Renault.
A couple of I think not his last Alpine season, the Alpine season before. I think the first Alpine season that he came, the first season that he came into Renault, which is now Alpine, he stunned them.
No, he had like 4 mechanical failures, man.
Wasn't that the
but he's done.
How can you stink if you can't break?
How can you stink if you can't race though?
What are you talking about? These agendas
I mean,
can't run, man.
Bro, I mean, like drive properly and then your car won't break down, bro. Like if you're on the motorway, bro, but you swerving and bumping into like other cars on the road, bro. Like you drive properly, you won't crash, innit?
He's the only driver that didn't spin last season.
Last season,
yeah, no crashes, nothing, no incidents.
Good for him, man.
No,
I mean,
I still think he stinks, bro. I can't lie to you. I still think he stinks.
From one season, we can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah. I don't.
Season was decent.
I mean,
no,
Tarik, hold on, Tarik.
Let me be honest. Let me be honest because I'm playing around. Yeah. If for like the past 3 seasons he's had, there's only one season that I looked at where he's been, I feel like somewhat okay. I feel like because I know for a fact one of his Alpine seasons, regardless of the one where he said he had 4 mechanical failures, which I don't even think is that crazy anyway. I still feel like there's a whole bunch of other races you can still perform in. If you didn't really do well in those races and you come into a McLaren, which was actually a pretty good McLaren, and the little acne boy with acne on his face clowned you, then I don't see what the precedent is for him to come in next season and still going to be like good. I don't see it. Especially when the McLaren doesn't look too impressive either.
Okay, that's just based on you not rating Norris.
I mean, I don't rate Norris, but but I don't see. Okay, I don't rate Norris, and I think he's worse. I think Ricciardo's worse than Norris. So what does that say about Ricciardo?
I can guarantee that Ricciardo would pack Gasly.
Yeah, but then you know, Tarik, them season in Alpine, he still didn't finish below his teammate.
Yeah, but who is his teamate? Ocon.
I think based on last season, he's had one bad season, yeah. And I think people are being too reactionary about it. If he stinks this year, he's finished. He might not even be in Formula 1 anymore.
Yeah, I know, bro. And guess who's taking his spot? Guess who's taking his spot? Actually, you know what? I won't even say too much.
The guy that
Gasly might not have a job at the end of the year, man.
The guy that couldn't hack it already. Wait, hold on. If you're going back one bad season for Ricciardo, yeah, what are we talking about Gasly then?
Yeah, Gasly had a way worse.
He's had 2 good seasons. What are you even talking about? He had 2 good seasons back to back.
He couldn't even do a full season.
I'm actually capping. He's had 2.5 good seasons. In fact, ever since he's got to Alpine, he's been having not Alpine, AlphaTauri. He's been having good seasons.
So
Yeah, but what?
So what we've been talking about, he's had good performances. He's
So we're
been
just
great
gonna-
in qualifying.
Okay.
So what we
So
saying?
we're just
What
gonna
we
forget
saying?
about
We're
Red
saying-
Bull then.
We're saying Gasly's
Like-
go for Saha. Went to the big time and then just
You couldn't hack in the big team.
Come on, hey.
Still, Mahad.
Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that's disrespectful. That's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
no,
Because
no,
that's disrespectful. No, you can't. No, you can't do that.
No, what's your defense, bro?
Listen. Give me some time. Yeah, I'll come up with a football
bro,
analogy for you next
you're
time.
stammering
Let's
right
move
now,
on.
my G. You're stammering right now.
You're brother. You still got.
You're
Brother,
giving
you still-
you're moving a
You
bit.
still got a Newey on your
Hey,
team, bro.
Gasly might
Brother,
not. Tarik, what are you going to do if Gasly's not in F1 next season?
Gasly's going to be in F1 next season. I don't know what you are talking about. But
IndyCar.
Gasly's not going to be in F1 next season. He has a better chance than a lot of drivers in this whole championship of being in F1 next season. So I don't even say just because his contract ends next season doesn't mean he's for sure not going to be in F1. I don't even see that.
He might be in F1. He might be making Horner and Helmut Marko coffee. We don't know.
Yeah.
You're funny.
I mean,
bro.
he might be doing.
You're going to be making them coffee, bro. The way you're talking about it.
Yeah.
And Kunle, you're not escaping me as well. The way you're riding Newey, bruv. It's crazy. I've never, brother. Listen. No, let me just ask you. Yeah, do you have a license, bro?
We'll talk.
Do you have a license?
Bro. We'll talk.
Do you have a license, brother?
I have a license.
You don't have a license. So you're riding Newey this hard illegally, bruv. If I call the police, it's over for you.
Nah, it's calm. I can drive on road. We're talking Gasly, my G. Does he have a job next year? Yes or no? That's what we're talking about. Forget about Newey.
What I'm saying is the pressure's going to be on. Hey, listen, if you don't sign a contract with the team by summertime, it's looking nuts.
So when by summertime?
Yeah, it's looking nuts.
If you better pray Yuki don't slap him up at the first part of the season.
Who's slapping who up? Who's slapping who up?
If Yuki slaps that guy up,
brother.
Hey.
You might sign for Andretti next season.
Hey, look, Tarik, I want to like Gasly, but you're making me hate this, brother. It's you, Tarik. You know that, right? It's you, my G. Because I want to like Gasly, but it's you, bro.
Hey, sometimes you got to back.
Brother, I can't even lie to you. I don't even understand. I don't even know how that works, bro. Because these days, I'm not even going hard on Gasly prop these days. So I feel like you just got hate. You just got hate buried deep inside you, bro. You're just compensating still.
It's not.
I don't think
what Gasly do to you though?
Tarik,
what did I do to you?
I don't think it helps that your picture's still Gasly on your thing. So I think
bro, it's that one time that it happened. It's not gonna happen again. Like, you might as well change it.
What?
You live on that memory forever.
What? No, you said he won in Monza. You said he was never going to get a podium again, and then he got another podium again.
Never going to get a podium again, bro.
Come on, bro.
I didn't say that.
Chill, man.
I didn't say that.
What did you say? That's bad still.
I didn't say that. If I said that, it's agenda based. Gasly's too.
Brother, your whole life is agenda based, bro.
You're speaking, Tarik. You're speaking. You're trying to get Danny Rick out of McLaren so that Gasly can have a seat.
I'm not gonna have to do nothing, bro. The powers that be work for me. You get me? Like that's gonna happen regardless, bro. Understand that.
We'll see when we have the summer break.
If Gasly went to McLaren, he'll get packed in Orlando. I'll tell you that now.
What?
He's getting
that now.
He's getting packed by who?
Lando.
He's getting packed by Lando.
Yeah.
Lando can't even pack his lunches, bro. He ain't packing Gasly. Don't do that.
No, that's disrespectful.
Don't disrespect.
That's actually disrespectful.
Lando's packing Gasly.
Don't do that, man.
That's really
don't do that, man.
Lando's packing Gasly.
Hold on, hasn't Lando got more podiums than Gasly?
Yeah, because he's in a better car. Like, what's that supposed to mean?
How's he in a better car?
That's
the same car.
He's in a McLaren, bro.
Nah, he's in a better car, bro, man. McLaren's better than half the time, man. Let's not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not do that.
He's better car still.
Hey, guess what though? Guess what Gasly has more than Norris? Wins, motherfucker. Wins.
Bro, the wins don't even have an S, bro. He has one
win.
It's a win.
So
no, but let's be real.
More win.
Let's be real.
What's one is more than zero? One is more than zero. Hold that.
Hold on.
You know what,
Let's
say
be
that,
real
say that.
about that. Let's be real about that Gasly win. Yeah, that was a one-lap shootout. Let's not lie.
If it was, yeah, it's a one-lap shoot. It's a one-lap shootout, and he won it.
And yeah, he won it.
And he won it.
Yeah, he won it at Monza, which is basically.
Why didn't other people win it?
Have you seen that? Hey, have you seen that picture? Yeah, with the guy with the Gucci bag and with the strap, and it's just cobbled. You're
a dickhead, man. Nah, you're a dickhead. You're a dickhead. Man. You're a dickhead. You're a dickhead. Sorry, what was that? Nah, you're a dickhead, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. Look. Yeah? Listen, man. We just got listen. I've got the Gucci bag with the rip strap, and I've got the Tide Jordans, which is the Baku podium, and I've got the ripped up Gucci belt, which is the Brazil podium. That's it. That's my fit.
That Brazil podium's the Air Forces, man.
Wow, I feel like there's black Air Forces in that outfit somewhere because you stole one of them once. But yeah, keep it moving.
Black Air Forces.
Yeah. Hey, the podium,
brother. You Kunle, you got a bunch of high heels. The way you're talking about what's his name? About Neri.
Pause.
Let's get back to pause.
Let's get back.
Let's keep on track. Let's keep on track. Yeah, let's keep on track still. But the podcast left from. Anyways, Kwame, obviously because you won fugazi behavior last season, and you managed to get last season's podiums and wins correct. Tell me what's your logic behind this season now, fam? Talk to me.
So basically, I went through all the teams and all the drivers. I feel like this year will be quite close, quite competitive. So last year was 13. So this year I thought basically my image was top 7 because I feel like the top 4, you've got your Mercedes, you've got your Ferraris, you've got your McLaren, your Red Bull. They will all get podiums, I feel like, comfortably. They will all be fine for that. Then obviously your Alfa Tauris, Alpines, and Aston Martin as well. I feel like them 3 teams will they make it the odd podium here or there. The best of the rest. So that's my vision of it. And I feel like them top 7 teams, yes, we say some of the second drivers, they're meaty, but they're good enough to get the odd 3rd place here and there. We've got more races this year as well, so that's why I went for 14. Then the race wins. If you actually look at like in the past, there's not actually like that much like race wins. Usually it's like the top 4 or top 3 drivers who win the race, and then it'll be like the odd 1 or 2 who'll get a win. So last year we had Ocon. Year before we had our boy Gasly. So yeah, again, top 4 teams I feel like will be competing for the win. We'll be getting W's, but then the odd driver here or there might get a win for the season. That's my rationale. And also my driver of the day in it. I need to clarify the whole Perez thing before people try to cook me. Perez got the most driver of the day last year in it. And don't get me wrong, I think Perez is mid. Don't get me wrong, I think like I said, Mexican physical in it. But I feel like with Red Bull, I feel like they'll be again just below the McLaren, just below the Mercedes and the Ferrari. So I thought Perez would be having a lot of hero drives, even though the tires changing will not suit him. Perez one of the guys who's a good overtaker, good fighter. His qualifying ain't great, so he put a lot of hero drives. The Mexican fan base, the Latino fan base love him. So I thought people would vote for him compared to Max. Max got a great fan base in Holland, in the Netherlands, in Belgium as well, and MV1, MV3, MV0 fans, we're going to call them. They got the Dutch army, but I feel like with Max, I actually feel like from last year we didn't. So yeah,
I just want to say Kwame just listed literally all the white people, just every single white people. You just got every single European. It was just like, you know what, Max has got the Dutch people, he's got the Belgium. You know what, he's got the Frenchman.
Man was just naming
German.
NATO.
He's got the Finnish law.
Bare NATO man,
just bare white people, bro.
Man, the whole UN in it, but nah, man. I thought the reason I just thought Perez would be more hero drives compared to Max, who's like to qualify better than Perez. Perez would come from like 10th year. Perez qualify 11th. Step out the P4 compared to Max will be up there with the rest of the guys with Leclerc and LH. That was my reason for them.
Why is a lot of people picked Verstappen?
For what?
Tarik just said it, man.
For driver of the day.
No, but like,
Fam, he's got the biggest fan base.
No, I said it. Yeah, it's because
I lie.
So it's basically my pick Verstappen is because like if ideally Red Bull don't have like the best package, right? Don't get like Verstappen's been like the hope for a while. Even when Red Bull were not the best guy in the grid, everyone used to like, you know, it would come in like third or fourth, and people would be like, imagine what they would do in a fast car. So they always used to like, it always gets that prop, like, you know what? It's just unfortunate that he's in a car that's not as fast and cannot compete with the guys in front. So now that there might be 3 cars or 2 cars better than the Red Bull, where it would have to probably come from like 6th to finish maybe 3rd or something like that. There's going to be a lot of props again coming back to say, look at that, you know, he's fighting for the team, he's driving crazy, he's the best driver in the grid, blah, blah, blah. You know, basically just the typical hype that Verstappen would get. And I feel like compared to all the other drivers on the grid, he probably gets that the most in terms of like, you know, even though the team's not doing well, they look at his performances and say, you know what, Max is eating, so we're just gonna like keep propping him up. That was my rationale behind picking him.
but you know what you guys are forgetting, right?
That was.
What are we forgetting?
You're forgetting.
No one's gonna vote George Russell, bro. No one's gonna vote him.
No, let me tell you why they are. Yeah, Max won Driver of the Day most times because he was the white savior, right? That he was the one that was gonna come in and take the championship away from Hamilton. So that's why he won Driver of the Day. It was like, oh, don't want that black guy to win it, so you know what, let Max win it. You're forgetting Brexit Britain has got Russell now, right? So that's the one that they can fall against. Who'll be in a competitive car next to Hamilton, and then everybody else will just fall in line. They'll be like, oh, he's the closest to Hamilton, so let's give him Driver of the Day.
Oh, but then you can make the argument. You can make the argument for Leclerc then, I guess, if he challenges, or you can make the argument for
Russell. No, I can't.
Russell in the same car.
No, you could, or Norris, or Norris even.
No, because Russell
and Norris is more likable than Russell, arguably, to be honest.
Russell will
in the same car. So
Russell will be in the same car, so that's why. That's the only reason why.
Okay, but do you think people are just are gonna vote for Russell despite the fact that he's in the same car as Hamilton, as opposed to Verstappen, who's in a different car to him, and given the fact that more people might just want to not vote for a Mercedes driver over a Red Bull driver?
I think next season there isn't going to be that many people who win races. I think it'll be Hamilton, Russell. There'll be an odd person, and I think Lando would win one. I think it will be close in regards to the midfield, but I think Mercedes might run away with it. Just not only because of their package. I think they will be more tactical with Russell. Like, he's not going to be the Bottas that goes bunny man and just drive. He will drive with a game plan. So if Hamilton's first, they're locking 1-2. If they're 1-2, they're locking it because nobody's going to get past them together like that. So I think there's going to be less drivers winning. As a result of that, you know, Verstappen's not going to get that much airtime. As a result of that, he might get airtime as like, the champion isn't winning that much, or he's behind. They might give him that. He might do 1 or 2 battles. But in terms of like the battle, it's going to be, for me, I think it's going to be Hamilton and Russell. And they're gonna air that a lot. And then people are going to galvanize behind Russell because he's not Hamilton. So they'll give him Driver of the Day the majority of the time.
But then Max was getting airtime when it was Lewis versus Vettel. Like, he was still getting airtime them days when it was Mercedes versus Ferrari.
Yeah, but like, we weren't doing Driver of the Day back then, were we? Driver of the Day.
They were doing that though. It's not.
No, Driver of the Day is relatively new. It's been there for
3 seasons. 2016. It started in 2016.
Yeah. Okay.
16, yeah. So It's been around for a bit, but that's what, like, again,
fan vote, man. We can't
Yeah,
get
but
it's a fan vote.
It's a popularity contest, but all it is a popularity contest. Like, and the reason why Max and Max is popular with fans is because to these man, he's one of these man in general. He's quote unquote a quite confident, arrogant person. So because of that, these man love him compared to someone like Russell, who's very, the persona he gives off Russell, very calm, very mature, very, collected. So that I don't think that appeals to.
They will like Kwame. I'm telling you, they will like Russell more for the way that he is and being this calm, collected, mature person than Max being the dickhead that he is.
I hear that.
I think it depends a lot on. I understand what Nam is saying in regards to the way the championship plays out. Yeah, Russell could be the one that gets a lot of airtime and thus gets a lot of the votes. My argument is just that the way the championship I see the championship as being a lot more open. So I see that there's going to be a lot more different drivers that are challenging in any given moment. So I feel like it's not the viewership is not going to be skewed particularly too much towards one person. So then at that point, I feel like it's just going to be viewership. It's going to be viewership and fans at that point that are going to play the bigger part. And I feel like with Max just has that. So Max is going to get a lot of the votes, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Right. Okay. Let's move on, anyways, to the last slide. Right. Okay. So of course, our questions we had was: will Haas score the points? Will Lando Norris win a race? Will Carlos Sainz win a race? What will the points difference be between Lewis and George? And a controversial opinion. Now, I'm gonna come to Mahad actually. So you said Norris will win a race. Actually, no, you said Haas to score points, Norris will win a race, and Sainz won't win a race. So tell me about the Haas one. Why do you think Haas will score points this season, despite going like what 2-3 seasons without scoring a point now?
I think they're just gonna shithouse a point now from somewhere. Them races where there's only like 9 cars left and everybody else is DNF.
Yeah, the Latifi special.
Yeah, they're gonna do something.
Yeah, that one's there.
Something's gonna happen. It's gonna be like a race and it's just chucking it down. Basically, we're gonna start binning it on a Germany 2019 flex.
And you trust Mazepin to?
No, it's not Mazepin. I'll say Mick Schumacher. No way, Mazepin.
No one's trusting
Mazepin's not even going to drive in Formula 1 this season. It might not have.
You know what? This is why I'm finding your thing so funny. Yeah, that you've given Haas a point. I'll be sure that Haas is going to be in Bahrain, bro. Are we still sure they're going to be there?
Yes.
That's a legitimate question. I can't lie.
You know what? You know what's funny? Yeah. So I found out that only the money that they pump into Haas is only 20% of Haas's income.
20% is a lot, bro. I can't lie. 20%.
No, it is, but I reckon people would have thought it was more though, like 80% or something. So.
Nah, I thought
20% is big though.
I said that like they're self-sufficient enough to last a whole year. They take away the 20%, but they still need a sponsor from somewhere. But I think they'll be fine for this year. But hey, next year, them guys, yeah.
Now, if they make it this year, they'll make it next year. But I don't think they'll make it
this year. They'll make it anyway, yeah.
No, because someone will come in and put a sponsor in front of them and let them continue. I don't think they have enough money. I think they're gassing, bro. If there one or two engine blows, a mashed up sash, a whacked out car, a couple cars with mad sashes, that's costly, bro. That's eating into that 20% that you need.
What I want to know is what they've been doing. What has Gunter Steiner been doing for 2.5 years if their car's not going to be even competent?
It's working for Netflix, bro. What do you think he's been doing?
Yeah.
He's shaking knocks for Netflix, fam.
First of all, we already know Gunter Steiner can't manage drivers. We already know that. He can't manage drivers. He had Grosjean and Magnussen doing terrorism to each other. He's got Mick and Mazepin doing stupidness. So we already know he's not a good manager of drivers. If you can't develop a car properly, he's out the door. What's going on at Haas? They have to score. Because the worst thing is, when Haas entered the sport, this team was competent. They weren't stupid. I swear they finished like 5th in constructors in like 2018.
They did as well, you know.
They're not like an Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo are mid. They've been mid for time. The whole turbine hybrid era, they've not finished higher than 8th. They're dead. So if we're talking about up ceiling, I'll say Haas has got a higher ceiling than the other teams around them. And if Williams and Alfa Romeo could shit Haas points, Haas could shit Haas points. That was my rationale on that one. Lando is winning the race. On the Lando, he's winning the race. He has to. I'm putting question marks on him if he don't win a race, unless the car is absolutely terrible. So he's been in this situation a couple times. It has to happen. Carlos Sainz I think, is the longest not to win a race now.
Yeah, something like that.
Most races without a win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something controversial is going to happen. I think he's going to be in the lead of a race, and then Leclerc's going to be behind him, and they're going to try and do team orders on him.
Just crash on each other, yeah?
You're trying to say Barrichello 2.0?
Oh, yeah, I think something like that's going to happen, and they're going to deny him his first win or something like that. Something mad controversial. You know how it is, Netflix, man. You know, something. I don't know, man. I don't really rate Sainz like that, so I can't see him winning a Formula 1 race. Yeah, but that's my
that's fair enough. I don't think for any of the 3 questions, well, the 3 top questions, is any like controversial ones, to be honest with you. A lot of agenda mixed in it, which is fair enough. So let's move on to the George Russell Lewis Hamilton points difference. So the general consensus was about between 2140 points and 4160. Obviously, Mart, agenda said 81 or more. Bit mad. Chris, obviously back on his boy, says 0 to 20. So, Kwame, I'm gonna come to you on this. Actually, no, Kunle, I'll come to you on this one. You said 21 to 40. Why do you think it'll be so close between George and Lewis?
It's going to be more closer to 40 than 21, by the way. Just put it out there. I feel like if they have the same car. Is not agenda aside. He's not a bad driver. He would put solid points on the board, and because I feel like the field in general is going to be so competitive. It won't be a Mercedes 1-2 running away with it sort of season where Lewis can literally dunk on him all the time. I feel like because they'll be so packed, there might be the odd cases of, maybe him finishing 3rd when Lewis finishes 2nd, or him finishing ahead of Lewis in some races. So, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. First season, I feel like he'll probably be close. Not close enough to challenge a championship, but it'll be here. It'll be here or there. Championship will still be, if Lewis is going to win the championship, it'll still be wrapped up before the last race of the season. But it'll be interesting.
That's fair enough. Still, I think I would just move straight on to the controversial opinion. To be fair, because there's some interesting shouts still. So I'm gonna go around the room. Mahad, I'll start off with you. Why'd you say Russell's not going to get a race win?
Because he's going to get packed in by Hamilton. We'll see what's going on here. Race wins, baby steps, man. Baby steps. You need to focus on being in reach of Hamilton, you know what I mean? But from the evidence that I've seen in F1, I don't think he's got the race pace. He's got the quali pace, but I haven't seen it with my own eyes where he's been in an F1 race and I'm like, yeah, this guy's good in a race, and he's overtaking loads of guys and he's doing his thing.
Bahrain?
That's Bottas.
Let's stop doing.
Is Bottas the benchmark now?
Let's stop doing Bahrain.
He was first.
It's Bottas.
Was he not first?
And then what happened at the end of the race anyway? He was on his underneath.
That's because of his pits.
Let's not do Bahrain, man. Wait. And also, let's not forget that season.
I'm not taking too much. First of all, the track's a circle.
The track basically
played Mario Kart. It's baby
two long straights and a curve. Basically, it's like Olympic Stadium, 400 meters.
Isn't that Monza?
Oh no! Don't disrespect Monza.
But we're giving Gasly. What did we do?
That's heritage, man.
No, don't disrespect Monza.
Heritage, man.
That's
But that's the same, right? It is. It's a couple straights.
They can. I swear they do Bahrain outside ring in less than a minute sometimes.
The lap times are less than a minute. Come on, man.
Yeah,
that's
until
52 second laps. Is this even a race?
But until recently, Monza was like 59 seconds.
52 second laps, bro.
Yeah,
it's the same, bro. Let's not do
that. Wait, what did you say? You said Monza was 52-second laps. What?
No, I never said Monza.
No, they were 59 second laps.
59 second laps.
Yeah.
Since when?
They have
for Monza.
Yeah, back in the.
Jim Clark and them, man. Yeah. Because, move on. Nam, what was your shout? No Max race win. It's quite self-explanatory why you've said that. So.
It's pretty self-evident that
we don't need to deep dive, and you've already done that.
Agenda in that one.
Yeah, I get it. Tarik, you said Leclerc ain't gonna get a race win. Why is this?
Agenda really, and it's dead food. So I don't say it with Leclerc, but honestly though. I just with Leclerc, I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see it. I see Hamilton, I see Russell, I see Verstappen, I see Sainz, I even see Norris. But I just don't see Leclerc. I just don't see it. We gotta remember the fact that he don't have a legal race win yet. You get me? So
keep going.
Exactly. Yeah, you hear that, Richard? You hear that still? So
keep going still.
Nah, bro. I feel like this Ferrari car has to be a serious thing for Leclerc because I feel like he's just gonna choke it anyhow. Ant's not here, but we need to talk about this Ant prediction, bro. Man's saying Stroll will win a race still.
That direct debit from his dad is crazy.
That's
what's that?
The big boy. They would have to pay the FIA 300 M's to give his boy a win. They'd have to do something crazy. All the other cars must have I think he's gonna win I think he'll win a race one day, but I don't think Aston Martin will either. If the Aston Martin was the front running car,
no, Stroll ain't ever winning a race ever, bro.
No, if
he needs to be in a crazy car, but
if the Aston Martin's a top car, he's winning a race. I'm telling you that.
When is he gonna get
a legitimate pole? If you could do that.
It's got. That's why it's done. It's got a couple podiums though.
It'll be funny though.
Yeah, legitimate podiums. Not fugazi podiums half of the race crashed out, or or the leader got a penalty or something like that. He's got proper podiums. So.
Well, we're pushing Stroll propaganda.
No, it's not Stroll. It's not Stroll.
It's not prop.
I still think he's a terrorist.
Okay,
I'll never. I'll never forget.
It'll be so funny if he wins the Canadian race at the one race that Kunle goes to. That would be amazing. That would be historic.
I'm not even going this year because the seats got sold out. I'm not going to sit on grass. It might rain on that day. Bro,
sit on the grass, bro.
I'm not sitting on grass.
Get a mountain on
There's no permanent view. You can get there and not get grass. You get there, you might not even get a decent grass spot. Imagine going to sit on grass, but you're sitting on bad grass. Nah, bro.
Why not said bad grass?
Bro, Kunle, I'll be honest with you, bro. You don't get decent seats at races anyway, bro. I mean, even if you're just sitting there on the front straight, there's half of the track that you ain't seeing. So you just
I get that. Bro, I get that.
People that sit on the edge of a mountain cliff in Monaco.
Exactly.
I'm not traveling 6 hours to go sit on grass, man. My TV is wide enough. My room is comfy, bro. Let's not do. No, I'm not doing that.
You can watch your Stroll win, innit?
Yeah, I'll celebrate from the house. Or Canada or whatever it is. But Stroll's not winning the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's not do that. No.
JL shout on there, yeah. That's not even a shout.
Well, Bottas 22.
But, yeah.
That's points,
Yeah, it's not.
21.
Yeah, that's not even. Yeah, that's
Not
happening.
even
That's not even
that's
controversial.
a controversial opinion.
Mm,
That's gonna happen.
That's
You
a
didn't
good
read. You didn't read the assignment still. Yeah. Let me not speak on that. You
He mailed it in.
Listen, Chris said Mick podium, but boy,
I no. Marx's one's crazy, but it's gone underneath the radar.
Vettel
He said
to
Vettel's
retire.
retiring.
Yeah.
No, that's not even that much.
It's not even a mad. It's not a mad shout, though.
Yeah,
but
but
when?
when?
I think it's bad.
But when?
It is, man.
At the end
The
of
only way.
season,
The only way.
He's a nasty dude still. That March, yeah.
Not even Alonso, man. I said Vettel.
That's a
You know
wild
it's
shout,
still.
you know.
You know,
That's a very wild shout.
No, yeah, Chris is one of the agenda, man. That agenda is that's the Haas podium.
Yeah, Haas is not getting a podium.
Haas podium.
Oh, but that's the worst one here. I don't care. That's the worst one.
Yeah. No, I
Would the
think.
FIA
Haas
even allow
podium.
that? Would the FIA even allow that?
Boy, that's a good
Russian
question.
national anthem.
Boy,
Brother,
They
I have
can't
to
do it.
hold that. I have to hold that. Know what I mean?
if I hear the
Kwame,
American national anthem on the podium, I'll lose my nut. What the hell
Well,
is
you-
going on
you're
here?
gonna-
We're hearing the Haas national anthem.
Nah, that's
Well, man, so he's Russian
No,
national
no.
anthem.
Do you know what, Richard? That's not a controversial opinion either. Did that happen
What?
last year?
What?
Sainz to beat Leclerc. That happened already. We've seen that movie.
That's not new.
No,
though. We've
this
seen it
is
before.
to upset Anna. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like I know it's not controversial, but you gotta think of the minds of these Ferrari fans, yeah. Like they prop up Charles like he's this god in it. Like no one can touch him, he's untouchable, he's gonna be a multiple race winner, world champion, and so like I need to bring them back to reality and be like, look, your boy's getting smoked 2 years in a row.
Keep going.
Hold
Keep spitting. Keep spitting.
Hold that. No,
Yeah.
That's all it
They
is.
love that.
It's got to
They
think of the
love
bigger
that
picture.
kid. They love that kid, man. They love that kid.
That little
It's like-
Monegasque Maldonado.
It's like the Chelsea hour boys with Hudson-LeDoi.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Aye, that's the one still good.
It's
Hey, that's the
that
one.
relationship.
Hey,
Like,
Aye.
they've got that
Leclerc's trolling,
relationship.
Now, Kunle,
They've
you
got that
crazy.
relationship with Charles. Like, yo,
Charles
let me go.
Hudson-LeDoi. Aye, that's the title of the pod, bro. That's the title of the pod,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
I can't say stand up for my Ghanaian brother. You know, I know what's going to as well. One thing amazes me.
How's it going in, yeah?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's your
You
cousin.
ain't-
you
You ain't
That's your cousin mid, Kwame.
Nah, you ain't Ghana. You ain't Ghana one summer, innit?
No, two.
Was it 2 summers?
It's been twice.
If he saw Ghana's performance in African nations, he's not going to play for them.
Nah, he'll go and join
He's
them.
not gonna have a choice, brother. Mahad, he's not gonna have a choice, bro.
He fits in well, so he should. Bare mid.
Him and Partey touching rave.
Lukaku walking through the door as well.
Guys, allow Cho, man.
Yo, wild, man.
I love him.
Yeah, wildin', man. Shit is getting popping over here, bro.
Allow him, man. He might be a friend of the pod, man. Allow him, man.
Shout out to Cho, man.
Oh, it's not slander. It's not slander. Shout out Stroll, man.
Oh, fucking hell. Right. I don't think there's anything else we need to touch on, to be honest with you. I don't think there's any more bar shots than that, to be fair.
I mean, I would done mine on Kunle. Me and Kunle haven't said ours yet, but yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. So what did you say? You said snow the podium. I don't think it's that wild because you almost got one in Abu Dhabi, but
Yeah, personally,
Kwame.
Yuki's my boy in it. So again, like always, shouts to a bit of propaganda, you know, a bit of agendas. But now, all jokes aside, though, I mean, listen, that avatar is good enough to get a podium on this day. We've seen Yuki have good performance, like I said, Abu Dhabi, in Saudi Arabia, in Bahrain as well. They're made decent tracks. He does well with them street circuits. So I feel like if he has the perfect day, gets a good, decent qualifying, get a good P6. And no, AlphaTauri, bro, Tarik knows. AlphaTauri love to mess up strategy. These men are as bad as Ferrari and Mercedes when it comes to strategy. Them man love to drop off in quali. If they have one good race, yeah, I'm telling you now, Tsunoda can get a podium easy. It's not really that hard, but certain men are saying it should be cut from last year in it. So that's why I thought it was a bit controversial because people were saying Yuki's going to get dropped. Yuki's going to get no points, but he's been inconsistent, but he's got pace. He's got speed. He just needs, consistency and the right thing around. It will happen. Enough race as well.
Yuki's got
I
pace.
agree.
Leclerc got pace.
He's got what, Mahad?
I said Yuki's got pace. Russell ain't got no pace.
Mad.
Calm. Yeah, I agree with what Kwame said about AlphaTauri being a bunch of slappers, but the rest of it, I don't know still.
But you're saying, what's his name? I can't even think what to say. Kunle, so you say Norris is going to put Russ on the pack, yeah?
I feel like if they go head to head, every time they go head to head, Norris is coming out on top. That's just it. Because Norris is a better race driver than Russell. I don't care.
Where are you?
I do not care. Based on what I've seen, they go head to head, Norris is coming out on top.
I'll be honest with you, that's not that crazy of a shout.
No, but it is.
It's agenda, but I don't think it's that crazy.
No, it's a crazy shout because you're saying, that with what you've seen head to head, yeah, Norris is a better driver. Norris has been in a McLaren, bro. Russell has been in a Williams for the last how many seasons? So,
it's not been that long. It's just been two or three. It's not been that long.
3 seasons, man.
To be honest, Kunle, every single season that Russell's been in Formula One, he's been in a Williams. So regardless of his 2 or 3.
It's not been like making it sound like.
But previously before, if then we have to look at juniors, and then
now we're talking about juniors.
No, but so you're saying, listen to what you said. Yeah, you said that Norris. Every single time you see them head to head, Norris has been a better driver than Russell. How can that be?
I say if they ever get it, I'm saying like their racecraft.
You said on what you've seen. You said
on what I've seen. Yeah, both of them separately, not head to head. I said if they go head to head, Norris is going to come out on top.
And you're basing this on
their racecraft, what I've seen separately. Russell in the Williams at the back, and Norris and the McLaren in the middle of the pack. That's what I'm basing it on.
Nam, can I ask a question?
Go on.
What's Norris's weaknesses?
No, hear me out. I think Norris is an exceptional driver. I think you guys underestimate George Russell. That's it.
No, but what I'm saying is Russell's weaknesses are apparent, and Norris
what's his weaknesses?
Race pace. He drops like a stone in water, bro.
But is that him or the Williams?
We don't know.
Exactly. So we'll find out.
Is it me or the money?
But I'm saying that could, if the same happens at Mercedes, where he's sticking it in good quality positions, but when it comes to race time, he's falling down.
We will find out this season. But it seems like I'm the only one who takes what you do in juniors quite seriously. But in juniors, Russell beat Norris. That happened.
Look at the age difference, bro. Norris looked like a 12-year-old when he was in juniors. He's a little kid.
What do you mean age difference? That doesn't matter in racing, does it? Clearly, we've seen this. So that doesn't matter. So but when they both had the same car, Russell beat Norris. Simple as. So if
by more experience.
Huh?
Because one had more experience than the other.
Okay, cool. So they both entered Formula One at the same time, did they not? Yeah. Okay, cool. And one has been at a considerably terrible team for the last X, Y, and Z years, and Norris has been at McLaren, which has been at least a mid-table to.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have the evidence in front of you in F1 or hypotheticals of the future?
But
it's the same kind of thing we were speaking about earlier. You would rather pick the behind the mystery box than what you got in front of you.
My thing is and I've seen this for Formula One. You don't. The drop off in regards to talent from junior to the senior isn't that big, right? There isn't a drop off to the point that someone automatically becomes a better driver than another person. It rarely happens. So all I can see is Norris is in a better outfit than Russell at this present moment in F1. It's not like that. Here's my thing here. With Formula One drivers, you can't become exceptionally better once you go into F1 if you haven't done it in juniors. That doesn't happen. It's not like football where you can train up and just become an exceptionally better player over time. It's more of you have that innate ability within you, and then you just build a package around you that makes you a better driver. It's happened, and that's why when I say look at the history of juniors and who have become world champions, and you will see that. Which is why, for me, and I said it with Verstappen, it's an anomaly because he just got a great package, which is why they pushed him so hard this season. I don't think he's going to win another one, but that's just me. I've always said, for me, before Verstappen wins another championship, it'll be Russell and Norris. I think they're great. I think they're particular, but Russell isn't worse than Norris. That's just factual. That's it. I'm not here to argue in regards to look at the evidence in front of me. The evidence in front of me is Norris has been at McLaren and Russell has been at Williams. If they all had the same car, what would we be saying?
But then, okay, you went on that spiel, but if it comes out that Russell hasn't got the race pace, then what was the point of this?
We will wait and see. Then I'll eat my words, innit? But I'm just saying, with the evidence in front of me and looking at juniors, my argument stands a lot.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that some of these man and Tony Blair fuck the same hoes, in retrospect. So, you don't war criminals, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
I don't get that reference, but let's go with that.
You'll understand it. Just listen back to the pod. You understand it still. Yeah, all right. Anyways, I think that's it for the pod. Thank you for listening in and tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the usual shit. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. And if you want to see these in full for the audio listeners, this will be up on Twitter in the next couple of days. So till next time, peace, basically. In a bit. Au revoir.
Safe.
PDR, get lost.